Hi, my name is Daniel. Um, my thoughts about doing this vlog, if you like, and channel on YouTube is a way to work with myself a bit. Um, I am still that shy guy from school that didn't speak up at class and just sat silence. Didn't want to make myself known, if you like. Um, I'm from Sweden, but I try to do this in English because I want to be more fluent speaking in English, uh, and I'm not fluently speaking Swedish in a way because I'm still that shy person. Even with my family, I'm shy to that point that I need to analyze the things that I'm going to speak before I open my mouth, because why would I be that uh, person that can blurt out anything and just be taken non-seriously? Because I have had that feeling since I was a child, because um, I can't be spontaneous. I've never been spontaneous in younger years. I have always been that uncertain person. And that's because my time at school, my being made fun of and bullied and stuff like that. Um, so I wanted to talk about myself in this first video, and just talk about who I am, and just to tell a bit of my story before I go into topics I want to talk about. And this English thing is that I want people around to know what I'm saying and talking about. If someone is interested to hear my story and point of view and stuff like that. And I hope along the way that I will become better at speaking English, and just to be more spontaneous and fluently speaking because I want to be. So I live in Sweden. I'm 41 years old. The thing is with my channel is because it's named Doris 2.0. I'm I have this trans feeling. I've had this since I was a child, but I came out as gay at the age of 14. And I'm not certain at this moment if I should go or explore that side, because I haven't a yes or no to that feeling yet, to my real identity. I've just lived as a gay person since kindergarten, if you'd like, because I've known since I was a small child that I was something else. And that's one part of me. Then it's the things that shape me. Um I am still that shy person. I've said that now multiple times. Um I was a searcher when I was younger. I wanted that perfect guy to rescue me from all those bullying and stuff like that. So I searched for a nice person to take me away. Then, at the age of 23, I was in a bad place at this moment in my mind. I felt that where do I go from here? I have these colliding feelings that I'm worthless, I'm nothing, and stuff like that. Um, and I searched online and yeah, on social hotlines, on telephone and stuff like that. And I got in contact with a man. He was around, I think, 35. And he came to visit. And came in. We talked for 2 weeks, and then he came to live with me for 3 weeks one summer. Then he never left. He told me that we could move to his place. And at this time, in my mind, I thought that this was right because, oh, he likes me. So sure, let's move. We moved to his place a long distance from my family, from my parents and my siblings. So we lived at one place 6 months, worked nighttime together, and in this period my parents didn't know that where I was, because this person wouldn't like to share me with anyone. So I talked with my parents on the phone and said that everything's fine. And they thought that, oh, it's they had met him and thought that he was a kind person. And sure, I thought he was great. But at this, we lived for about 6 months at this place. And then he says, let's move again. And okay, at this time I got rid of my apartment from my origin place. So we moved to a different city. and to a one one bedroom apartment. He got another apartment at this time also, to stuff my things in, my belongings, my furniture, my everything, and was that was my address. But I was living in this other town with him on his apartment, that in his one bedroom apartment that he had gotten and he was written at. So my parents now didn't know where I was. We continued working night time. And later on, I started to notice some stupid things. That where were you today when you were out walking? Did you see anyone? Where did you go? Where were you? In which shops and stuff like that? And I didn't see anything strange in that at the beginning. One morning after that, and he wasn't home, and I thought that okay, I can go out. It was summer and I could go out in the nice weather, I thought, and take a walk. Then I noticed that he had locked the door with the extra lock from the outside. So I couldn't open the door. I was locked in. And I asked him when he came back after what time, I don't know how many hours. And I asked him, why did you lock me in? And I don't remember if he had any good answer to that. But I thought that, okay, he made a wrong or something. He made he locked with the wrong, in the wrong lock or something. I didn't think about that anymore. So later on, he started to still ask me stuff, that who are you talking to when you are talking with your phone, or and stuff like that. Where do you go when you go out? And in my mind, I start to change myself. Okay, he don't want me to go out when he's not around, stuff like that. I go out when he comes with me, then I can go out. Then in some strange way, I don't speak up. I think in my crazy mind, I think, okay, this is right. this is what I have to live by now. Um, he's 10 years older, and okay, he's right and stuff like that. And I start to with the computer and play games and stuff like that, and do my thing. And I don't see any fault in that. And I realize much later that he wanted to have control over me, and I didn't see that in full in full light, if you say. I couldn't take that, and I didn't see the fault, because okay, I'm gay, he likes me, no one else want me, because he tells me later on that you're fat, you're ugly, you're nothing, you are feminine, you are this and that, your eyes are how they are, and you're with me now, he said, and be glad about that. Yeah, that went on for 7 years. In this time, my mental, my mind set and is not evolving from the age of 23. We move around in the same area. It can go 6 months, it can go a year. We move from apartment to apartment, so that my family don't know where I am. They send letters to this other apartment that I never go to, where my stuff is. I don't have any memory of when my parents find me with him in his apartment. They had told me afterwards that we found you, we went to you and told him that it has to be in a change. It's enough. Let him go. I don't remember that. I don't have many memories at all around this time in my life. 6 years or so. I remember that I'm sitting in front of my computer and just the days go by. Um, Finally, uh, this one point, uh, the day before I finally leave, is when I don't know what started it, but I had a bag packed in case something happens, because we had, strangely enough, we were going to move a long distance from where we're living at this point. Uh, to we had this time I had written the contract on a larger apartment, because he thought that we could move to this little village, or yeah, it's a village, you can say. And it had a staircase. When you went through your front door, then there was a stair up to the actual living floor. And I started to have nightmares that he would throw me down these stairs to get rid of me. I started to fear him for real. And sure, he had at this point he had thrown away my mobile phone, and because he told me that I was unfaithful and stuff like that. He didn't want me to talk to anyone, and so I wasn't for years. And anyway, I had this bag packed in our apartment, or his apartment, where we were living before we were going to this new apartment. So I don't know how the argument started, but he threw me on the floor and sat on top of me and held my arms. And I just panicked. I just screamed because I hadn't talked back in those years. And now it all came when he was physical. He wasn't hitting me or anything, but he went physical with just holding me down. I couldn't move. I just froze. But I screamed. And I told him then that it's over. I can't take it anymore. So I took the keys to the new apartment, took my bag and left. And I went up to the new apartment. I took the train late, and it took a long time to get there, 6 hours or something. And I went there, and I had to call a person to change the locks, because I knew he was coming after me. And sure thing, he came later, tried to get in, but he couldn't. And at this time, I somehow where do I go from here? What do I do now? No one to. The stupid thoughts later on. Who will take care of me now? Because in these 7 years, he paid the bills. He had contact with authorities or whatever. He had. Um, he knew what to do. And at this point, I had no idea. How do I function? What will I do? Uh, can I go to social service to get help? Can I? How do I get a job? How do I? Yeah. Who is going to take care of me? So it was a scary moment. There. I went and got a phone. I went social. I had my computer because we had already taken some stuff up there to this apartment. So I had computer. I had uh, the connection and stuff like that. I went online and became social with some people online. I could talk with people without anyone interrupting and asking and stuff like that. And that was very yeah, it was freedom in a way. I didn't have to look over my shoulder if I somehow did anything wrong. I could do whatever I wanted. But it was a very hard first period of time in that apartment. So I went social online and I got in contact with a man who lived a couple of miles away from this place where I live now. And I just blurred out what had happened, how I was feeling, and all of the things like that. And he told me, "Come and stay a while with me. No attachment, no strings, nothing. Just come, and if you want to talk, then we can talk. But just come and breathe for a while. Breathe." So I went there in the middle of the forest, and in a little house I just could breathe and cry and talk, go out in the woods and scream a bit. No, just cried. Took walks with his dog and could just breathe. Hmm. I will not edit this video because I want it to feel authentic. So I don't want I don't want this cutting and editing and it's going to sound perfect. I just wanted to be me for a while. Tell my story, or the beginning of the story, of course, because there is another amount of period, and then I want to share about my feelings about my Doris perspective and speak about that. So I hope you will listen, and I hope to hear from you later. Bye.